now, wow, when will our government stop deceiving us? Then say now 43 people die. Well, before I will continue, my amazing people, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I greet you all according to your time. I remain your favorite baby girl, Anointed Lady TV. If you are new to this channel, you are highly welcome. And if you are returning subscribers, thank you very much for tuning in. And if you have been watching, you've not subscribed, what are you waiting for, guys? Please kindly hit that red button where they say subscribe, and also put on the notification bell so you will be getting more updates from this channel. Now, watch this video below and leave your comment down. I will be right back.
Let's speak now to Suleiman Alade, who's a security analyst and journalist, joins us from Nigeria's largest city of Lagos by Skype. Suleiman, as we've just been hearing, it's a very distressing attack. Give us an idea of the reaction from ordinary people across Nigeria.
Well, thank you very much. It's a pretty bad day for Nigeria and Nigerians. Quite frankly, they're asking the question. Don't forget that President Buhari came on the back of his promise that he was going to fix the security situation in the country. Quite frankly, it's been seen as complacent in a spot, knowing full well that many Nigerians and even northern leaders have called for the sack of the security chiefs. They think that you can only keep a good team, and as it is at this moment, it doesn't look like the security chiefs are doing a good job. If you put this side by side with what we've seen in neighboring Niger Republic, President Isufu Mahamadou had to sack his security chiefs when about 89 soldiers were killed. So Nigerians are asking, why are you still keeping these people? So for the people in Northeast, specifically in Zabamari village, they said, if we stayed at home, we die of hunger. If we risk going out to our farms, we just might be slaughtered, just the way we've seen these over 40 people being killed, and pretty much more numbers unaccounted for.
Yeah, people are living in perpetual fear in those regions. So there's a real sense that the government has failed its people. I mean, it's not just this government, is it? It's been going on for more than 10 years, 10, 12 years. Why is it so difficult to stop this insurgency?
You know, that's the question people have been asking. And the problem here has to do with seeing the government of the day. They seem to be rewarding loyalty over professionalism. They think by now the government of the day should have actually tried a few good other men to see how they can get them out of this whole mess. It's a mess that Nigeria is in at the moment, almost 12 years. And they think that the downside of this is that, one, is already going to affect investors' confidence coming into Nigeria to invest, knowing full well that Nigeria has just gone into a second recession. So if you put all of these on the scale, it doesn't look good for the government of the day. And the question you're asking is the same question Nigerians are asking. Why is it so difficult for the government to rejig a security system and get them out of this? But, you know, the way it is at the moment, time was when Boko Haram, they were hoisting flags in cities and villages in Nigeria. But Nigerians are saying enough of all of those, victorious stories of the past. As it is now, it's pretty bad for Nigerians. Everyone is in fear in these villages, and we're hoping that the government of the day will pick it up and act pretty fast.
We'll have to leave it there. Suleiman Alade, appreciate that, speaking to us from Lagos in Nigeria.
They were even slaughtered while they were working in their farmlands. Our people are in very difficult conditions. They are in two extreme conditions. On one side, if they stay at home, it's very sad. Indeed, it's very sad.
One of the survivors narrates his ordeal in the hands of the killers, whom he says always come around to seek their help until the story changed on Saturday night.
Sun bari a matsayin cewa ba sa taɓa kowa, When they started gathering our people, we thought it was for us to help them carry their loads as usual from the bush to town. But we were mistaken. They were calling people in one after the other. We thought it was for questioning since we didn't hear gunshots. By the time we realized they were slaughtering them, many of our people had been killed. A few of us escaped, only by the grace of God.
Governor Zulum is worried about the security situation here and wants government to step in.
So we are still appealing to the federal government to ensure recruitment of our boys, the recruitment of our indigents into the Nigerian army, which is very important. Again, we need our civilian JTF and hunters to be recruited into the Civil Defense Corps so that they can form part of the agro rangers with a view to protecting the population. Mr. President should listen to the call of our people.
So earlier yesterday, the United Nations Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs put out a statement saying 110 people were killed. And then I think that statement was amended saying tens of people were killed. What we have is over 40. So what exactly is the death toll of that killing in Borno State over the weekend, just to put it out there?
Yes, immediately I got that information. I had to contact the people in the theater, right from the commander, or the commanders, theater commander, the GOC, and then the media operations officer that was there, and people that were even on the ground, to give me rather the details, so that because I have to respond, I knew it was going to come up, particularly that is coming from the United Nations and not, like they say, a source that does not want to be identified. This is a source that identified itself, that look over 110 specifically. And I asked them what happened, and they now gave me a synopsis, a story of what happened. When the governor was to go, when people they have, recovered the dead, they requested and that the troops must be on ground. Of course, the troops had to move in there, and they assisted in counting, and they counted 43. Of course, the other people that they interviewed was that since some people ran into the bush, some people ran away, and they started coming back and trickling in. As at 2 p.m. yesterday, I called them, and they got back to me at about 7 p.m. yesterday, still counting, looking for if they will recover, and we call it exploitation. After action review. After action review, as I speak to you, up to when I came here was still on. Probably we may count up to the figure he gave in the future. But as it is, up to when I came here, what we have counted with the locals here is still 43. And we are hoping that we don't get beyond that. And then even if there are people that ran into the bush like missing in action, they should come back alive. So that is the situation, the real situation. I did not sleep on. We had to follow it because this is very, very relevant. If it was somebody like, say, look, don't mention my name, an informant that does not want to be named. Normally we know that nowadays we have a lot of people that have turned themselves into journalists. They just give information that they are not requested to. They are just busybody all over the whole place. But now United Nations saying that, so we need to follow it squarely, and we are following it. And we come out with what the situation as at before I came into the studio is still that figure.
Now, you dated back to 20 years ago, 1999 or thereabout.
Yeah.
Now, when this happened about that time, what was the reason? What were you able to find out as the reason why people go into this criminality in the first place?
As it were then, I remembered even when it happened then, they called them bandits. And the first commander then, General Temlong retired, said, no, these are not bandits, these are enemies of the land. People using weapons against us, people killing people, slaughtering people, and then it was not defined as it is now, because people sometimes they were nonchalant about it. They were even collecting levies. So the reason then, what is the reason for banditry as it is now? If you now take banditry as a definition, it is the same thing. So that was what they were looked at, bandits and criminals who are not ready to do anything reasonable. That was the reason, and then we were to take them out, and then the whole thing started then, as it were. So there was no, as it were, then it was not defined that it was an ideology. They didn't come up with any ideology, as it were, then it was criminality, and it was handled as criminality.
Now, talking about this case, I mean, a lot of Nigerians are still trying to wrap their heads around how over 40 farmers were slaughtered just like that. And, I mean, the person you were referring to, one of the survivors, was saying that, well, they had been in some form of contact with these terrorists. In fact, they will tell them to help them carry loads, and they will do that. So apparently, these terrorists were amongst them way before now. So how is that even possible that we didn't get word of the presence of those terrorists before this attack happened?
Okay, now, you see, I'm happy that you have identified this, because that has been our worry. It's a concern to us. For instance, just like they were among them, like he said, we believe strongly, but you need to be led, you need a guide, you need information. Would they tell us? That's a question that, we have to ask. Yes, sometimes, and most times, no. And that was one of the issues that we have been trying to ensure that we overcome with civil-military cooperation activities, reaching out to them, even sending people, by proxy to talk to them. Those are the things that, has been one of the bane of the success, final success in this, in the whole of this operation. Now look at another situation. Our patrols will pass through a route in a village. By the time you are going, some people are looking at you. When you are coming back, the next thing is that you enter, you meet an IED planted on the road. And people saw them, they won't tell you. So that is the area that I think we are all working together, like I said, the stakeholders. So you are very right in that. And it's not possible to force information out of people. It's not possible at all. Just like they will say you force the horse to the river but not to drink water. So all we are doing is to ensure that we bring up their confidence in the system and then encourage them that, look, this thing is not good for you. Now, they did not expect that this will happen. Even those ones that they deceive that they are preaching to them. And that has been one of the things. So, but gradually, we believe from the moves made by all stakeholders that we are going to overcome that. And then finally, it will just become normal criminality that can be handled easily.
Welcome back, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you do, please don't forget to give this video a huge thumb up. Leave your comment down below what you think about the video, and also share. Please always share the video whenever you watched, and don't forget to like, very important, like the video and leave your comment down below. I really appreciate as many that have been supporting me. I just want to let you know that I love you all. I remain once again your humble girl, Anointed Lady TV. And if you have not subscribed to this channel, what are you waiting for, my amazing people? Please support me and help this channel grow. Support me by subscribing and also put on the notification bell so you'll be getting more updates from this channel. Till I come your way again. I love you all. Bye bye.